the representative from Oklahoma's 2nd Congressional District, Congressman Markwayne Mullin.
Thank you so much. I'm going to assume there's a lot of people out there. I can't tell right now. I can see these people. That's about it. Thank you so much for being here. I tell you, it is always humbling to see so many people turn out, but yet it's also discouraging when you see so many people that's not turning out. Do you understand what I'm talking about? We have leaders in this room, but we're fixing to make a very important choice. We're going to be choosing someone to pull us out of this mess that this president's got us into. This room should be packed with leaders, with people wanting to be educated with individuals. Because when we're asleep at the wheel, we end up with the guy that we have in the White House right now. Isn't that right? So I want to thank you for taking the time to be here. I want to thank you for being willing to be the leader in your community. To be that person that says, I will take time away from work. I will take vacation. I will take a sick day. Hopefully no one did that. I will take the opportunity to come up here, educate myself so I can pick true leaders. What we have right now, we have the president in the White House who said he was going to fundamentally change this country. He's done that. He's fundamentally changed. He kept that promise, right? But is it the way we wanted it to go? Did we want him to really have his all the above energy approach? I mean, that's what he said. He was going to have an all the above energy approach. Well, he is, as long as it complies with his environmentalists that are more socialist than they are capitalist. Right? It's okay as long as it is okay with my agenda that I'm going to push. He crammed down Obamacare down our throat and said it was going to be budget neutral. And now you listen to experts and they're saying it's going to cost the American taxpayers $2 trillion over the next decade. $2 trillion. But hey, he knows best. You have a president that would rather negotiate with Iran than stand strong with Israel. What is wrong with that picture? Why is it that we keep getting bad results out of the White House? Why is it that we allowed our debt to run up to $18.1 trillion and counting? We have a lot of leaders in this room. Every person in this room influences somebody when it goes to politics because there are so many people out there that's not willing to get out and do their homework themselves and pick a real leader. But how are we going about it? I get the opportunity to travel all over and speak to young people, and I love it. It's probably the favorite thing I get to do is I get to walk into high schools, I get to visit with kids in high schools, and I always ask them, I say, how many of you all know for sure that your parents voted during the last election? Now, this problem I'm talking about isn't something that is just towards Oklahoma, but it's across the country. How many of you know for sure that your parents voted? Less than 20% of the kids in the high schools raised their hand. The number one threat we have facing this country is complacency, people. The number one threat is complacency. I was in a high school in southeast Oklahoma, and one young man raised his hand when I asked that question. One. You have to go back and you think about it. I'm passionate. I'm very passionate about politics. Aren't you? Well, yeah, you are. You're here. That goes without saying. But why isn't everybody else? They know what this country is made up from. I mean, independence, people that are willing to speak their mind, people that are willing to get out there. It's our duty because we have the right to vote. There's people dying all over the world for the opportunity just to have a voice in their government. Why are we so complacent? When you start asking that question, you have to take a hard look at yourself. And I started thinking, why is it that our political circles, even our political turnouts, keep shrinking and keep shrinking and keep shrinking? And when I go talk to people, they start saying, my voice doesn't matter, my vote doesn't count. It's an excuse to not be involved, is all that is. So when I started looking at it, I thought, it's our fault. Now stay with me for a second. It's our fault. How many of you guys wake up every single morning and say, I cannot wait until I get in an argument today? Think about it. I need more drama in my life today. That is exactly what I need. Now apply that to politics and see what we have. We allow the media to draw the picture of what politics is about, and it's about people on the camera griping back and forth. When someone doesn't agree with us in politics, we get upset and we turn them off. We don't give them the same respect we do like we do in the rest of our world. I teach my kids, I've got 5 beautiful kids. Beautiful, I heard somebody say yes, that's right. They all take after me. I'm kidding. I got a beautiful wife who's put up with me for 18 years. I'm gone all the time, but her and I both raise our children with respect. We teach them to shake your hand firm. Look you in the eye and say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, or no, ma'am, no, sir. We teach them to listen when someone's talking to you. Most of you that are clapping was raised the same way. But do we apply those same principles when we're talking about politics? Our children are watching us. The kids in the school that are refusing to go vote or get involved because their parents aren't, they're watching us. They're watching what we do. You want to correct some bad habits? Watch what your kids are doing. Is that not right? My wife's been after me to change forever, and when I started to have my boy copy me, I finally changed. If we are wanting to draw people in, then we got to give them the respect to listen to them and agree sometimes to disagree. We are going to be at a pivotal place when we pick this next president. In 2016, we're going to be picking the direction of this country. We're going to find somebody and pick a leader that's going to be able to make that change towards this country and love this country with the fundamental ideas that our founding father had. If we continue to bicker, not among ourselves, but when it comes to politics, we're going to run away our future leaders. Listen, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save this country. Failure is not an option. Is it? No. We must fight, we must win, and we must recruit. In my company, I always tell my leadership team, you are responsible for finding your replacement. Not that I'm going to fire you, but you have to be able to hire somebody below you that's capable of taking your job and train them. God forbid something happens to you. Who are you training right now in politics? Who's the one that's willing to take your spot? Because one day you won't be here and we're going to be depending on our younger generation to pick up where we left off. What are we teaching them? I mean, do we really think we're going to have this thing 100% fixed by the time our life ends? Come on, people, we're $18.1 trillion in debt and counting. It's our job to take this big ship that we're driving and get it headed back in the right direction and get it out of the hands of Barack Obama. That's our job. But we got to have a generation behind us that we can turn the wheelhouse of this ship back to, with the confidence and the training to be able to take it to port. It's our responsibility to look around and mentor those young people. Make it an atmosphere where we respect their opinion and then educate them where they might be wrong. Somebody's educating our children. What was the generation that elected this failure in the White House? Think about it. Somebody's listening. I'll repeat myself. I'm all in. My wife, God bless her, has been with me, married to me 18 years. We've been together since 3rd grade. Can you believe that? I got her so young, she didn't know she could do any better. She's all in. My children, Ivy, Lynette, my twin girls that are 4, Lara, who is 6, Andrew, who is 9, Jim, who is 11. We're all in. We love this country. You love this country. But what are we doing to make sure we have somebody to hand it to? I encourage you, engage. Broaden your political circles. Pay attention when you're discussing politics and say, if a mirror is in front of me, would I be somebody I'd want to join in the conversation? Let's get this White House back and elect a leader that we can unite with. Maybe not always agree with, but unite with. We, as I said before, must fight, we must win, and we must recruit. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.